Let us proceed with the second lesson. And in this section, I want us to talk about equation of a line. I want us to talk about equation of a line. When we're talking about equation of a line, how do we create an equation of a line from gradient? How do we create equation of a line from gradient? So in this case, we want to get equation of a line. How do we get an equation of a line? Equation of a line is obtained by first of all getting the gradient. Sometimes the gradient is not given, you might be given coordinates, or sometimes you might be given the gradient directly, and then you are told to get the equation with at least a point, perhaps. So in this case, let us get the equation of a line. To get the equation of a line, in this question, because the question reads, find equation of a line through the point y a, which is 1, comma 3, these are the coordinates of point A, and point B, it is 2, comma 8. Now, to get the equation of a line, we must first of all get the gradient. We agree that gradient is given by change in y over change in x, which is given by y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be receiving more and more. Now, in this case, our x, this one is x, y1, x1, y1, x1, y1, sorry, this one should be x2, y2. So to get the equation, we get y2, we do it direct, in fact let us pick direct, which is y2, 8 minus, make sure you label them as x1 coordinate, the first coordinate should be x1, y1, and they must start with x. The coordinates cannot start with y. So we start with 8 minus 3, 8 minus 3 all over 2, which is x2, 2 minus x1, 1, which is going to be 8 minus 3 is going to be 5, 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. So the gradient is 5. The gradient for this equation is 5. The gradient for this equation is 5. To get the equation now, having the gradient, this is what you do. Taking any point on the line, taking any point on the line, let's take it P, X, Y. You take the point P, X, Y. This another random point. Using a point from the line, we have point A, B, where the line cuts y-axis and x-axis, but we need the equation of the line. So what we do, we use any point. For example, we use point A with x, y, point B with 2, 8. No, sorry. We are not going to use this point because it's not important. In this case. So what we do, using point P, which is x, y. Now in this case, we don't label them as x1, y1, but what you do, you use this one as a second equation so that you can use one to subtract this one, or vice versa, and it can still work. As long as you have the gradient, where gradient is given by, where our gradient, which is given by 5, we obtained it as 5 at this point. So what we do, we take y minus 3 all over y minus 3 all over x minus 1. We take y minus 3 all over x minus 1. Y minus 3 all over x minus 1. This one, when you take y minus 3 and x minus 1, you are putting it in the form of getting the gradient, of course, so that if you use these 2 points, you are going to get our gradient as 5. Hello, are you getting? Now let's proceed. So we are going to have our gradient as 5. Sometimes you put it over 1 to make things easier for you, because any number must always have a denominator of 1. So what you do, you are going to have gross multiply. So you're going to have this one to multiply the whole of this part, upper part. This one 5 to multiply the lower part. So we are going to have it as what? 1 multiplied by y minus 3, you equate to 5 multiplied by x minus 1. 5 multiplied by x minus 1. You're following? I hope you're following. I hope we are together. Then from that point, what do? You're going to have y minus 1 multiplied by y is going to be y minus 1 multiplied by 3 is 3, which is equal to 5 multiplied by x is going to be 5x minus 5. Then the equation, we put it in the form of y equals to mx plus c. Y equals to mx plus c, where this m stands for gradient, then this c stands for y coordinate. This m stands for gradient, c stands for y coordinate. So in this case, we make x, y the subject of the formula. We make x as y the subject of the formula. So you're going to have y equals, we take everything else to the other side. So you're going to have 5x minus 5 plus 3, y plus 3, because when we take this 3 to the other side, this minus sign crosses to plus. When a minus crosses equal sign, it changes to plus. When a minus crosses an equal sign, changes to plus. Then from there, we're going to have it as y equals to 5x minus 5. I have a debt of 5, but I have my 3 shillings. I owe someone 5 shillings, but I have my own 3 shillings. When I pay the debt of 3, what debt remains? It is minus 5 plus 3. It means if I pay 3, I'm going to remain with a debt of 2. So we're going to have minus 2. Good. Now this one is the answer, the equation of a line. That is the equation of this line that was being asked. Again, I hope you are understanding. I hope you are following. And I am very happy that we are moving this journey together. Please don't forget to subscribe in our YouTube channel so that we can flow together and grow together. Thank you very much.